It's a big meme song. Fuck. Has come to die. My favorite line from all of Harry Potter.
What about
I'm in the cover to the fire. That's a close second. His delivery was so good though. Has come to die.
dude, that means it's about fines?
Yeah. It's a lot. Really simple. It makes you look like somebody's packed plastic into your muscles. Is what it looks like. Really simple. Like it looks like it is simple. If anyone wants that, like, then I think more cute boys go for the slim, feminine figure look, and then also have more feminine qualities. In fact, even call themselves femme boys.
You're on.
I got a whole Hooters with them.
Wait a minute. What would you call it?
Femboy Hooters.
That's. I was gonna say that's two on the nose, but that's almost would be like really funny.
Yeah,
You
dude.
just don't even like mask what you're trying to do.
Femboy Hooters. Like goth IHOP. Goth GF IHOP. Anyways. What fucking tab was that? Awesome. Anyways.
Time to get down to.
So good.
So good.
Why do you like that one open?
I don't know. I just do.
The
It's
other
all
one,
the same, right?
yeah.
I don't. I
That
think
shows
it's,
the exact same
I think it's 'cause I
information.
can't see how many people are viewing from this one.
You don't want that, trust. You don't want that.
All
It'll
right.
be in your head. Anyways, welcome to the Re-Up Podcast, one stop shop for all media news. My name is, as always, Devin Knoll, and I am, as always, joined by my co-host,
The one, the only, Ian Reed.
the one, the only, Ian Reed. How you doing today, Ian?
I'm doing good, Dev. It's We missed you last week.
I was very sick. I've been sick these past few weeks. Feeling a lot better now. Still got a little bit of a cough.
Well, I was sick of you not being here.
Thanks, babe.
I was this. Now we're back.
It's like there's nice. Got that on camera for all to see. I thank you all for joining us again this week. We have a lot on the docket this week. A lot of cool things and a couple of things that I'd like to talk about this week. Ian, give him a little sample.
Synops.
A little sampler plate. What we got up
Alright.
this weekend.
So as we've changed things around, we like to talk about what we watched first. We're going to give you some reviews on Loki. Where's season 2 at? Is it good? Is it bad? We watched, somehow both of us, not together, Five Nights at Freddy's on Peacock is how we watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of music news this week. We found a couple small things here and there for video games. Big stuff is movies and TV. We got
As always.
some Harry Potter news.
True.
We got some zombie news. We got some spooky horror news. And finally, a little bit of Marvel talk. All that and more on this week's episode of The Re-Up. Follow us on all social media at Re-Up Pod. Thank you. Love you.
All right, let's just start with the big one this week. I mean, where else are we going to start but with the
movie of the year?
something like that. The long anticipated horror movie experience.
The new cinematic world.
The new
The FNAFCU.
FNAFCU.
It just rolls off the tongue.
So easy for me.
Hashtag FNAFCU.
Fuck you.
Dude. Finna fuck you?
The finna fuck you. Perfect. Yep. This week we did watch. It was very interesting because I think I was about an hour into the movie and I messaged Ian on Discord and I said, "Hey, I'm finishing up Five Nights at Freddy's. I'll have that ready for the podcast." He said, "I just literally 30 seconds ago finished that movie." So we both have watched separately
One brain cell.
Five Nights at Freddy's, and you know what? I mean, if you've played the games.
I have not.
If you've played the games, then it's like, I could spoil the movie, but you've played the games. So you basically already know everything that happens in the movies anyways.
Is the lore, is it
Yeah, I mean,
game lore to movie
It runs linearly.
linearly?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a FNAF guy. I'm not a finna fuck you type of guy. You know, I played a couple of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Don't get me wrong.
There's more than one game.
There's like 40.
I know nothing. I thought that it was like I don't know what I thought it was like. Like a Fortnite that like maybe just always changes or something. It was just like, here's this horror game. You can play a round of it. You know what I mean?
So Five Nights at Freddy's is based on a brainchild of a guy named Scott Hawthorne, I think. Crawthorne? I don't remember his name.
Crawford.
Something like that. And all of like the official release games have like, so this is like the cool thing about the FNAF
I'm not a FNAF guy.
community. I don't know any of the lore. Like I know the very like topical stuff. I don't know what the Bite of 87 is.
I don't even know what that means.
There you go. I don't know what any of it means. I just know that the guy who created the video games had a very, very heavy hand in the creation of the movie. And he's not a movie director. He's a video game maker. And I think it came out. in the movie. I thought the movie was okay for what it was.
I thought it was better than it was definitely better than I anticipated.
It's a horror movie based on a jump scare horror game. And I think given that it did all right.
Yeah, it did a good job.
I think it did all right. But I think it's very obvious that the movie was made by somebody who had a very strict story to tell. It didn't really feel fun. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a fun time, which it's about animatronics in a pizzeria. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Ultimately. And if you're making a movie for the people who played the video game, then that's a very deep cut because mainly the people who play the video game are 14. Right?
I thought the movie did pretty well. I thought that the only thing that I didn't like was the cop girl. Didn't like how she was written. I felt like she was very much so like, you know, that she knows everything.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, you don't want to do that." And he's like, "But why?" And she's like, walks away.
Yeah.
And then that happens like 14 times. I'm like, what are we doing here? And then she'd be like all about him or all about like something that's happening. Then he'd be like kind of chilly out, and she'd be like walk away. She was to get so pissed off, or like her mood would just like
Yeah.
switch on a dime. And it's like, why do you like literally she just would stop telling him information. She'd like give him little tidbits, and then at one point, like he literally like in the last scene before she does spill the beans, he's like, she does it for like the millionth time in the movie, and then he's like, "You gotta tell me what's going on here." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, what are we doing?
And even at that point, I thought this was probably the most annoying part of the movie was he was like, "You got to tell me what's going on." And she's like, "He's gonna be there. He's the guy." And he's like, "Who's he?" He's like, and you know, the cop chick just continues like, "He's a bad guy. He's gonna do it." Who's he? Who is he? He will stop me from doing anything. He is such a bad guy. Who is he? My dad. Oh, wow. What?
Look, remember when we had 80s, 90s horror movie icon Matthew Lillard in the beginning of the movie for 5 minutes? Yo, yeah, he had the bigger role than that.
The guy that definitely does it looks like he like gives the guy the job in the beginning of the movie, and he's like, yeah.
He read his last name and he's like,
Like,
and then he
was like
yeah.
villainous mustache, yeah.
But it was funny because like when he called him later, he's like, "Is the job still available?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's still available.
You can take the job.
You bet your ass. You bet your sweet ass this job is available."
So, I think I think the the FNAF community, I think it's cool because on the surface it is really just like a teenager type of game that like, you know, they're selling just like Fazbear, right? And like, oh, this next one is them, but now, you know, buy our stuff, buy our game. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, 14, 15-year-olds love FNAF, but there is a deeper side to it where there's like a really deep story being told. I know nothing about it, but I do know that there's like a lot of lore put into the Five Nights at Freddy's universe that a lot of adults can be like, oh,
Yeah,
that's the bite of 87. Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
All right. And I was hoping that this movie would have whatever they were looking for. It doesn't seem like it did. I went on the Five Nights at Freddy's subreddit to see if anybody was talking like crazy about it, see if like they were absolutely in love with it. Seems like it had a lukewarm reception with that community as well.
Yeah, I liked it. I was a little apprehensive going in just based off what it was, and before we started it, it showed like the Rotten Tomatoes review was like 23%. I was like, oh, yikes.
Yeah, it's tough.
And Kate was like, haven't you ever like really liked a movie that like other people didn't? And I was like,
I mean, I'm not gonna be scared.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be scared of a bad review.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it seems there's a higher percentage chance
Yeah.
that it's dog.
Yeah.
But it was all right. At the end,
It was okay.
at the very, very end, there's like no end credit scene. There's just like a voice, distorted voice that spells out what's he spell like? Come find me.
Yeah, it is.
don't know what
It
that
is
means.
William Afton's voice. I remember that. I remember I played Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 back in the day. And Five Nights at Freddy's 2 focuses a lot on the purple guy, who's William Afton. I know that much. That's his voice. I thought people would be talking about it in the community. I thought there'd be like a big ass like lore, like gotta dig it up, gotta dig up that lore, gotta figure out what he means. Not really. People were just kind of sharing porn and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a 14-year-old community.
Yeah, the FNAF community, they make a lot of porn. Don't ask me how I know. But I thought it was all right. I mean, if it seemed like something that was interesting to you, then give it a shot. I don't think you should avoid it. But I'm definitely not going to go out and say, "Hey, movie of the year." I don't even think it's movie of the day.
You watch another movie today?
I didn't. But if I had, It would have been contender for movie of the
Could have been
day.
better.
Could have been better.
Fair enough. Moving on.
Also, we moved on to Loki once I
sir.
arrived here at Ian's house. Still watching the new season of Loki. Ian, what do you think?
I think it's good. I almost said delicious. This drink is delicious. I think the show is good. It's Loki and WandaVision have been like the only two Marvel shows that I've enjoyed at all. Really,
Yeah.
Loki season 2 is picked up. We said it before. Picked up seconds after the first one ended. I think the story week after week has just been getting better and better. Well, the overarching story is getting better. One of these two most recent episodes, I don't remember which one it was. I felt like it was a lot of hand holding and a lot of like over explaining to make the episode be a little longer.
Yeah, it felt like that at one point. It did.
But I like where the story's going. I think it's definitely pushing the storyline of the MCU farther than even some recent movies have. So that's pretty cool. And this last episode ended on
Uh-oh.
what's going on?
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I've been saying...
I better tune in next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was saying to Ian as we were watching the episode, I said, wow, I really wish there was actual stakes. Like, I feel like there's no consequence for anything that happens. Like, bad things happen, but there's, like, no consequence. And the final part of the last episode makes it feel like there actually might be consequence.
I agree.
Finally. So, I'm excited about that. Also, the thing that just happened in the latest episode is kind of crazy because it has a lot of implications for the future of Marvel.
Exactly.
I don't know what that is yet. TBD. Find out next week because it was a giant cliffhanger. And that's pretty much what cliffhangers are meant to do, I think.
Yeah.
Leave you hanging.
Leave you like,
What's going to happen?
I better tune in next week.
What's a cliffhanger? The only other thing that I've been watching this week is, I cannot stress enough how much anime has come out this season. This is a massive season for anime. And I'm not saying that in like an anime fan type of way. Like, oh, there's so much good. And there is a lot of anime. And I've been wading through it all. I've watched a few episodes here and there. Every show gets its time in the light for at least an episode. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones out there. But I think solely above them all, I think the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen might be the best anime I've ever seen in my life. There are 3 episodes in the mid-season finale of the newest season of Jujutsu Kaisen that I think might be the greatest 3 episodes of almost any TV show I've ever seen. So if you haven't already, watch the second season, at least the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen. Get pumped up for the rest of season 2. Please. I need more people.
How long of a wait will there be?
Until
You said it was the mid-season break.
well, it's past that by now. I think that was episodes 9, 10, and 11. I think we're on 15 now. So there's about 9 more episodes left. I think there's 24 episodes in a season, so 9.
Nice.
I think we might be on 14. We might be on episode 14. But anyways, Mappa's still absolutely killing it, and I will gladly forget that they are killing their animators with how much they work them to death. Just keep giving me good stuff. It's great.
You wouldn't get that good stuff if they didn't work them so hard.
Hey, free market, baby.
You're
That's the free market of work.
they're making the best stuff so that way they can finally go home. If they got to go there and just work a normal 9 to 5 and never feel stressed out, their work would reflect that.
If they don't like their jobs, they can quit.
That's what I'm saying.
They could find new work. Pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is the greatest anime I've ever seen. Moving on, we are done with the things that we've watched this week. I know it's not a lot, but again, I have been watching an absolute shit ton of anime. And that's the only good thing that I've come up with, so there you go. Although I do want to watch The Fall of the House of Usher. I keep hearing things about that.
It's by the guy that did Hill House
I see. I understand
in
now.
Midnight Mass.
You could have stopped at Hill House. Although Midnight Mass was...
I just started Midnight Mass for the first time.
It was...
I'm like on episode 3, about to start 4.
It was good. It was really good. I loved it. So good.
I don't really think it's bad.
It was so good.
Okay.
But next week, I think it's pretty deep into the first season of The Fall of the House of Usher. So I'll let you know next week. I think that might be what I watch between now and then. Moving on, is that music related? The Ray-Ban thing?
No, I just thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you remember Snapchat glasses?
No.
Snapchat made glasses.
Oh,
You can just like film what you're doing.
nice.
They very clearly look like Snapchat made sunglasses.
Okay.
Do you remember?
So it's like a
a
GoPro?
Google Smart Glass?
I do remember Google Glass.
Okay. Well, Ray-Ban
Nice.
has teamed up with Facebook Meta to make Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses,
And history really is cyclical, eh?
and they will record what you're doing if you'd
Uh-huh.
if you'd like them to. Not if you wouldn't like them
Yeah,
to,
of
though.
course, of course.
Only if you say yes, Daddy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Then they'll record and listen, but only then. I forget what else they can do. I think that it's a pretty cool aspect though.
Like translate things
if they
in real
can
time.
translate things is actually the exact thing I was gonna say. I was just using Google Translate the other day at my job because we had a box come in like in all Japanese. I was using it on my phone.
Yeah.
And it like looks at. I don't know if you've used Translate in recently, but it's insane now. It just takes it like it's like a pass through. It's using your camera, and has the Japanese text, and then it just slowly replaces it with English. And it's like what?
That's crazy.
What?
That's wild. That's wild. This is the world we're living in. That's crazy. I love that.
But anyway, they can also play music.
Nice.
Like they'll play it, and you'll hear it through your
Directly
head,
into your brain.
head hole brain. Ooh, brain. But yeah, no, if you want to see the world wildly and in wild ways, you should get Facebook Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses.
We're pretty close to like wearing these glasses and like, you know, maybe I'm wearing like let's assume that the glasses on my face right now are the Ray-Ban Meta smart glass. And I'm like sitting here talking to you, and I just shut up for a second. I'm like, hold on, ad. Okay,
Like, what are you really doing? You're just watching porn
There's
through
porn going on. Yeah.
it. No, but also something that I think is cool is last
Some
week.
chick just walks into the fucking living room. She's like, "Have you tried Mrs. Butterworth?"
Last week, Gak was talking about the new Oculus,
Oh yeah.
and he said how it's VR and like augmented reality as well, VR, AR, VAR.
Var.
And I think that would be cool if you can like, you know, if it somehow could like pick up on other people wearing these glasses, and you could just be like, I'm thinking of putting this new window in here. What do you think, brother? And you're like, yeah.
Thinking of fucking you in this position, brother. What do you think?
I just take you.
I was thinking more. It's like that. It's like that scene from
Scenes from a
Avengers
Hat.
when he's like,
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
the
saying.
whole like the whole planet like comes out. I love that. That's pretty cool.
That's where we need to get to. Tony Stark technology.
We'll be there one day, except without the glasses. It's just like happening in real time. Like we don't need the glasses to see the thing.
Oh yeah.
We need
We
this
have the
to we
little
just have
cuffs, the cuffs that he puts on his hand. Then he can like call the
Yeah, like
suit
the
in,
Iron Man suit.
and then he just like, yeah.
Yeah, we need just full Iron Man suit.
No, okay, I agree. Sorry.
The next thing's your thing too.
I just thought Facebook Meta fart glasses
Smart glasses.
are cool. Next thing is I also was really talking up Drake last week. I was talking about how even though I wasn't a huge fan of the album, he broke all these records, like the whole entire album's on the Hot 100 and the top 50, you know, all these different things.
Right.
This week, he had his birthday.
Good for him. Happy birthday,
He turned another year older, don't know what it is, but
Aubrey Graham.
he had the Dos Hombres, Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston,
Oh,
bartend his birthday for him.
wow.
They're just there. He's being Drake with his colorful rainbow things in his hair.
It's fruity. Yeah.
Bryan Cranston's looking 900 years old,
Yeah, he is looking old these days.
pouring tequila at this dude's birthday.
At this rapper's, one of the richest rappers in the world's birthday.
Hey, man, that'd still be pretty rad, though. I'd
That
do
would be
that.
pretty rad. Imagine that. Imagine you got served tequila by Bryan Cranston at Drake's birthday party.
Yeah.
That's a story to tell.
Some random,
I mean, that's the whole story.
some
but-
random people just like us that just have more rich friends just got to experience that.
Yeah. It's like that scene from Atlanta where, like,
What about Drake's in Atlanta?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that episode yet, but continue. I know.
well, it's
I know what
essentially
happens.
that. so there's a chick who has a famous, well, she has a friend who's like an Instagram model, right? And that chick is dating a guy who knows how to get to Drake's party.
Nice.
Right? So it's like 4 degrees of separation to get to Drake's party. And then they get there and it's just a cardboard cutout of Drake. And he's just, like, you can take a picture and pretend that you were at the party with Drake. That's the scene from Atlanta.
That's something we could do.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, do you think it was just a cardboard cutout of Bryan Cranston serving people with just like Aaron Paul just like hands the tequila like through the cardboard cutout?
What?
What? If I put my head in the top, it looks like a Bryan Cranston. Anyways, the other thing that we have that's non-movie related this week is Alan Wake 2. That's come out 3 days ago, I think.
Did you ever play Alan Wake 1?
Up. I have. Alan Wake 1.
Was it
on
good?
The original Xbox.
I knew it came out a long time ago.
Way back in the day. A game that I did not think needed a sequel, got a sequel, and apparently it is the perfect horror game.
How so?
Apparently, it has gotten a perfect score from every single publisher that has reviewed it.
That's crazy.
Apparently. I knew nothing about it.
That means it's like the perfect game.
One
Not
would
just
think.
horror game.
And it's really thrown a lot of cogs in the a lot of wrenches in the cogs. A lot of cogs in the wrenches. For game of the year this year.
Oh.
A lot of people thought Tears of the Kingdom was a shoo-in.
Meh.
And now
Mid.
who knows? Could be a horror game.
Starfield.
I don't think that was in the running, buddy.
That should have been.
Wish it was.
Fallout
For you.
Space.
I wish it was for you.
Space Fallout. No, that's cool. I didn't even know Alan Wake 2 was being made.
Yeah, neither did I. They just showed up, and I saw it on my Steam, and I was like, "Oh, Alan Wake 2," and I looked at it, and it said overwhelmingly positive. I was like, "Oh, that's good." Now, for a game to get overwhelmingly positive, it needs to be 90% or above
Oh, okay.
of like positive user reviews.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and it was 99%. I was like, "Oh, okay."
From somebody that knows the name but never played, fill me in on what Alan Wake even does. What it is.
Well, the original Alan Wake was like you're on an island and it's kind of just like a psychological horror game where like the darkness is like creeping in around you and you have a flashlight and the flashlight like keeps the darkness at bay. Also played it like a decade ago, so I barely remember the game. I just remember that basically.
Can you just spin in a circle and win the game? Like,
Yep.
like just walk one joystick forward, the other joystick sideways,
Why would you even need that joystick forward?
and just spin around. Because you have to get there, wherever there is.
Oh, so you
So
want
one
to
walking you forward, the other one just spinning around.
right? But if your joystick's forward and
It's
your other,
overarching- it's
wouldn't you
overarchingly
just still walk in a circle?
No, you got fast enough reflexes. This is the forward movement. Just going this way.
So you only push forward on the joystick when your character's looking the direction
it's like
that
a
you want to
platformer.
go.
It's like a platformer. We just either this way or that way.
Yep, that's Alan Wake. That's Alan Wake 1. Good job.
Oh, that's not Alan Wake. That's the new Super Mario Brothers Wonder that came out.
Oh yeah, and didn't it like break records or something
It did.
in Europe?
I don't know. I've heard good things about it, but
I heard it broke records somewhere. Somewhere records are being broken. Anyways, that's what it's. Is that really what you were going for? It was a platformer.
Nope.
Oh
Just evolved.
yeah.
You know me. Top
Hey.
of the dome.
Yeah.
Improv comedy. Can't stop this train.
Comedy is generous.
Can't stop this.
Addicted to the shindig.
Scenes from a hat is what I said earlier. That's what this was.
Keep working on it.
Okay, we'll get there.
Moving on.
I'll be just like
Unless
that
you have any
someday.
more video game stuff.
Did you hear what I was saying at all about Starfield last week when I was talking to Gak about it? Or did you tuned out? Have you passed out?
I was tuned in every now and again, but no, I didn't hear what you said about Starfield specifically. No.
Gak apparently didn't play Starfield, so I need you to hear this.
Okay.
So, I really want to play Spider-Man 2.
Oh, speaking of which, that is the fastest selling PlayStation game of all time.
And that's why I really want to play it. And Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales were amazing. Some of the best games I've ever played. I want to
what
play
I've heard.
Spider-Man 2 so bad. I also want to play Cyberpunk again so bad with the new update. However,
This
I
guy's a long
need to
backlog.
finish Starfield because
No, you don't.
if I don't, I will never finish it, and I need to know. I love that game.
You don't need to finish
I
Starfield.
I need to for myself. Need to.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do.
Todd Howard himself said that game was meant to be enjoyed over years.
And so was Skyrim, but you still needed to finish it before moving on.
The mods for Starfield are going to be crazy.
However, so I decided I'm going to stop doing side quests because I don't think they end, and I'm going to just start focusing on the main story or faction stories. And I'm starting to do the main story. And we were talking when you were here the other day about how you get those powers, and it's the same buttons that it is for shouts in Skyrim.
Right.
You're like, okay. Anyway, so I got some more artifacts, and after I get them, you're going back to put it in the artifact collector machine, and
This one does.
this guy stops you, and you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like a spaceship we've ever seen before.
Right.
That thing's sleek, fast, it's undetectable, stuff like that. And then this voice comes in over the oh no, look at this. This voice comes in over the thing. He hails the ship, and he starts talking.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking.
And anyway, long story short, you find out that these people that know about these, that created these artifacts or know where they're from, yada yada, this or that, they're called the Starborn.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the Shouts and the Dragonborn. This is space power and the Starborn.
Those are the people that created the shouts. I mean,
It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
I mean, Star
It's
Powers.
not Space Skyrim. It's not. It's a whole new IP.
Do you fight space dragons?
You fight space dinosaurs.
Do they have wings?
I'm positive somewhere. Yes, there's 1,000 planets.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow,
1,000
that's a lot of
explorable planets.
It's a lot of planets.
I'm just saying that it's more and more time as this goes on and I play it, I keep finding things about this game that is more so, which I get it. It's the same developer. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's going to be some sort of feels like this or feels like that, but it's just more and more
They promised you Skyrim in space.
space
They
skin.
gave you
Skyrim.
Skyrim in space, and you're like, this is just Skyrim in space.
I think that this is Todd Howard pulling off the greatest re-release of Skyrim of all time.
Skyrim now available in a different game.
I can't wait till I go to the planet that there's just like a fucking Xbox there, then I just get to play Skyrim on.
You go to a planet, and they're like, we're the white beards. Those are the black beards. Hope we don't have kids someday.
I forgot that was an actual Skyrim storyline.
The whole gray beards, dude. Yeah. It's cool. Love that for you.
Anyway, I just think it's funny that there's just more and more aspects that are. When I hear Skyrim in space, listen, I'm really stuck on this. I have nobody else to talk to this about. This, I don't understand. When I hear Skyrim in space, I think like, the same perk system, like the same combat or something like that.
Right.
Not the same story. What?
I don't know what to tell you, dude. Todd Howard promised you something. He delivered that on that. He gave you the thing that he said he was going to give you.
Did he say it, or did fans just say this looks like Skyrim in space?
Yeah. I think whatever sells more games.
There's also actually something really cool was I was doing the main story quest, and there was like a very high stakes mission.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, there's these bad people here, and these people got hurt, and you either have to come here now and check on them, but the bad guy's coming to you also. So do you come here and save the hurt? I'm trying not to give it away.
Okay.
So you come here and save the hurt people,
Right.
or you stay where you're at and protect the area. You know what I mean? So these people don't get hurt as well. And I'm like,
So it's the trolley dilemma.
so I was like, those people there, they're already hurt.
Okay.
I might die before I even get there anyway.
Hey, sure.
So anyway, I choose to
Better hope you
stay,
sleep at night,
and I'm
buddy.
like, they're gonna be fine. Like they're
Right.
some of the main people in this game.
Yeah.
And then I save them all. We get on the ship. We're like, all right, we're all good. We're all safe. Let's go. And we go there. And we walk through the door and just dead.
All of them dead.
I'm like,
I'm trying to not give it away. And gave it away.
do you know who it is?
Is it that chick that you proposed to? Or that proposed to you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like Sarah, she's so hurt. And I'm like, Sarah.
Damn, dude.
If I leave Andreja, then
Dreja's gonna die.
duality, man.
Ian had 2 love interests given to him. He made his choice. He chose the not white one. He wanted a little spice in his life.
What does that have to do with anything? What does her race have to do with anything?
I know why you picked what you picked.
I saved her from being killed. We had a better bond. Her story's better.
Right. This is just that scene from Batman, The Dark Knight, where he has to pick who to save. He goes to the wrong one anyways.
It's like, actually, if you don't stay with Andreja, then she would have lived. But since you stayed
Everyone
with
would
her,
have lived.
this knife through her stomach.
And that is the finality of the non-movies and TV show talk this week. Thank you for joining us. Moving on to the news this week for all movies and TV shows. Ooh, you know what, though? Before we get into that,
Yep. Okay.
we move on completely.
Sure.
What if we just did like a little trivia, just like you and me right now, Ian? What if we just do a
Just
little
the two of
trivia?
us?
Just do us.
All right. We don't got no one here.
Fuck them.
We're really getting really just throwing that F word out there a lot this week. Well, it wasn't us. It was the
Reddit. I was watching Reddit.
porn.
Not porn. The guy from What We Do in the Shadows.
I love that guy. He's also in The Office.
He's on a news station pretending to be a yo-yo expert. That's what I was watching. What was I doing eventually? Oh, right, trivia.
Do you still have COVID?
I just have a slight cough now.
All right. Can I hit your vape?
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, it's dead.
This is dead.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Why don't you plug it in?
Because it just died. Just moments ago. Guess I got a few hits left in it. Anyways. We are doing Five Nights at Freddy's based trivia.
This is gonna go well.
Ian, I wish you the best of luck. Welcome to the Riapod working title trivia game. This week's theme, Five Nights at Freddy's. Ian.
Pause. You can't just make the title of the trivia working title.
Oh, when you come up with a better title.
It's your thing. Dev the Mage trivia. Dev the trivia guy. Trivia.
Working title. Question one. Ian, what is the name of the yellow bird in Five Nights at Freddy's? Is it A, Chomper, B, Chica, C, Cherry?
Oh, B, Chica, final answer. Easy peasy.
Final answer? Ian, that is correct. It is B, Chica. You are 1 for 1. Congratulations, Ian.
What do I win?
Question 2, whatever you want to pay yourself. Ian, question 2, who is the Purple Man? Is it A, Michael Kennedy, B, William Afton, or C, Leon Chevy?
I believe that you spilled the beans on this earlier. You said William Afton. So I'm going to just assume that you weren't like trying to do a tricky on me. And if you were, then our news is fake news. And I know how much you hate fake news. So I'm going to go with William Afton, final answer. Because I don't know.
Correct. In question 3, what is the name of William Afton's daughter? It's in the movie.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we're good.
A, Elizabeth.
But he was the yellow...
B, Susie. C, Cassidy.
He was the yellow bunny.
Yeah, Springtrap. Yep.
But you just said he was the purple monster. I'm confused now. What?
What's the name of his daughter?
Give me those questions. Give me those options again.
A, Elizabeth. It can be 2 things at the same time, by the way. B, Susie. C, Cassidy.
Wasn't her name Vanessa in the movie?
Oh, yeah, I guess it was. Anyways, that's not the answer.
Elizabeth, Susie, or Cassidy is my options.
Yeah.
It's been B all
Alright.
these times, so I'm gonna go with A. Final answer.
Correct.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was a guess. Process of elimination, friends.
Question 4.
That's how I got through college. I put B on the Scantron too many times in a row.
Oh, it was B twice, wasn't it? Before he was officially given the fan name Golden Freddy,
Oh no.
what was his name? A. Yellow Bear. B. Freddy's Soul. Or C. The Lost Animatronic.
I thought it was Fozzie Bear. From the Muppets.
No, I know.
We're gonna go with Yellow Bear. Final answer.
That's correct.
Dude. Just to show you guys that you too can pass college with enough luck. I maxed my luck out on my special when I was born.
Well, most multiple choices are 4 answers. So really, you have what?
33% chance to get it correct.
You have 25% less options.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Quick
We're getting
maths. Final question, Ian. For all of the marbles, what was Roxy planned to be before she was made a fox? Is it A, a wolf, B, a rat, C, an alligator, or D, none of the above?
I'm going to go with a wolf. Final answer.
You know, I want you to think about this.
You want me to think about it?
Mm-hmm. I want you to think about this.
Okay, give me again. A wolf, a rat, or none of the above?
A wolf, a rat, an alligator, or none of the
an
above?
alligator. Oh, so there's 4 options now. I feel like you threw in none of the above to trick me a little bit.
Gonna need an answer here.
What's her name? Roxy?
Roxy?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. A wolf. Final answer.
That's correct. 5 for 5. Ian,
I can't be got.
5 for
Duh.
5. The only other winner, the Riapod trivia game. Ian, congratulations. You just won yourself infinity dollars
To myself.
to whatever,
Funded by my own money.
whatever you want. Infinity dollars to it.
Gak won last week too.
Did he?
Yeah. Did the Shining trivia.
The Shining trivia.
I almost got him. Almost got him on one question.
Why The Shining?
Because we were talking about the Shining.
Did you just make it during the pod?
No, I made it before we started.
Oh, okay. Oh. So maybe you guys just got on the Shining pod and you're like, give me 15 minutes, Gak.
No, I had some Shining. I don't even remember what I had in the doc about the Shining, but it was something about it. I don't know, but it just played out well.
Okay. Make sure he wasn't still in here.
He's no longer in here.
Okay.
I added him. We finished the podcast. I said thank you.
Bye bye, bitch. And that officially concludes the Not Moon movie and TV news, is what I meant to say. Because now we're moving into the movie and TV news. Ian, I want to start this week with something a little interesting.
Okay.
So you've been talking a lot about the new Daredevil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as we all know, Daredevil, what's it called? Born Again?
Yes.
Daredevil Born Again has been going through some rough patches.
Yeah, they fired everyone, restarting the whole season.
Well, Disney has officially...
they said you guys are going to strike for 6 months? Fired. I'm glad it's over. Glad you got what you want. If only you had a
So
job,
happy.
idiots.
So happy that you guys got that. That's so cool for you. Bye. See you on the next one. Well, scummy as it is, they have found a new showrunner for the new Daredevil movie.
All right.
Or, excuse me, TV show. Not movie, TV show. No sources as of yet. I mean, I imagine it's still Charlie Cox because even though they're getting a new showrunner and some new producer or directors for a couple of episodes,
Yeah.
they're reusing some of the old shots that they've already filmed. So it's definitely still going to be Charlie Cox.
Well,
but the
I
new
mean,
showrunner,
After him being in Spider-Man, You know.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
And Wilson
Yeah.
being in
Wait, who?
Fisk
Oh, right.
being
Right,
in
right,
what was he in?
right.
Hawkeye. He was in Hawkeye.
Yeah. But it is Dario. Pardon me for the pronunciation here.
You got it. First try.
Dario Sardapane.
There it is. You said it with such confidence that if it's not it, that's how he's pronouncing it now.
Dario Sardine, who has made such things like Netflix's The Punisher with
Oh, perfect. John Bernthal.
John Bernthal and Jack Ryan with
John Krasinski.
that's the one. John Bernthal and John Krasinski.
He likes
Now
famous
he gets-
Johns.
He's getting John Cox. Well, that's pretty cool. That guy, I watched, obviously, Netflix's The Punisher. It was an incredible, amazing Netflix TV series. Have not watched Jack Ryan, but I almost did. I actually almost did.
I
watch
almost
Jack
did just because I wanted to see Krasinski doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to see how he did, but I didn't. I didn't watch it.
I haven't. Funnily enough,
Uh-huh.
I was watching through like all the Defenders shows and such, and made it through whatever seasons led up to the Defenders,
Right.
and then was starting keeping it going. And the Punisher was actually the one that I stopped watching it on. Not that it wasn't good. Don't get me wrong, it was phenomenal. But it was one of those season 1 Game of Thrones ends where I'm like looking at my phone too much, and I'm like, I need to give this
The time of day
that
it
it
deserves.
deserves.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I really did enjoy The Punisher. I thought The Punisher was needed because there was a lot of a lot of Marvel wasn't going there at the time. You know what I mean? It was like
dark.
Yeah, it wasn't like dark. There was no like dark Disney at the time. Yeah, there was Deadpool, but that was like, haha, look how dark I am.
Do you think that that's why it wasn't tied into the MCU at first?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
100%.
Oh, fun fact. That book that I sent you something about the Marvel book or whatever they talked with Kevin Feige about
Feige.
whatever.
Yeah.
I guess in it, he apparently said that everything that's been Marvel related, any movie, anything, is officially canon for the MCU. Like anything that's been live action ever, it's canon. Just like multiverse, whatever. And
I mean, I guess at this
that's-
point you can just say that.
that's what I mean. I think he just said it just to also allow them to just bring people in
Yeah.
without I'm sure there'll be that a bit of an explanation or you know what I
So you're
mean?
saying we could have Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
In theory, yeah.
We could have Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern.
Nope.
That's the DC.
Nope. Yep.
We could have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
But we will. He's in Deadpool 3.
And as
confirmed.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
And also as Wolverine.
But also as Logan.
Oh, that was the third Wolverine I meant.
Mm.
Was Logan. Logan Wolverine.
I need Deadpool to come out sooner rather than
We could have Patrick Stewart and the other guy. Who's an incredible actor.
James McAvoy.
That's the guy. Love that guy.
And Ian McKellen and who's the other one?
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. Rumor has it that the two of them are actually going to be the big baddies in Deadpool 3.
So I've heard. Michael Fassbender's actually in something just now.
I have no idea.
There's a movie that just came out that looked really good that has Michael Fassbender in it. Man, I wanted to bring it
I
up
don't
on the
even know what
pod.
I know him from besides X-Men. I know
Prometheus.
I know what?
It's Prometheus.
Never seen it.
It's Prometheus.
Never seen it.
It's Alien.
Can't be either of them if I've never seen them.
It's Prometheus.
Not for me. It's
Oh.
not.
Tell him it's Prometheus.
I'm sure that's where he got his well-known stuff.
Isn't he Vision also? No, that's the other English guy.
Oh, that's I used to know his name. I don't know. I think wait a minute. There's a chance that the guy that plays Vision is the same guy that was the Silver Surfer.
I think it is.
How's that gonna work?
It's all canon now. Who played Galactus?
They're gonna do the Spider-Man meme, Silver Surfer and Vision.
Oh yeah.
You can do that
Wait,
in
what?
Spider-Man 2.
So what?
Did you hear me?
Yeah. What does that spell for the Spider-Verse? If everything live action is considered canon now,
Mhm.
why did he say it has to be live action? Is the Spider-Verse not canon? Really needed that one to be canon.
might have
That's like
been-
my favorite part. That's like my favorite one.
Like the animated one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like pretty much made canon itself at this point, right? They had Childish Gambino. They referenced Tom Holland.
That is live
Doctor
action.
Strange.
Technically, they did have live action in there, so it is.
I think they were mainly talking about like Fantastic Four, old Spider-Man,
No.
especially the X-Men stuff, because
Yeah.
that's going to clearly tie into what's coming.
Deadpool.
You know what I mean?
Deadpool. It's all coming in Deadpool.
I can't wait.
I think that's
Really
going to be the
can't
big
wait.
turning point. Deadpool 3.
It kind of makes me upset
Or
though.
Blade.
Like
One of those two is going to be the big turning point.
from what no, Deadpool 3 I think is going to be it because it's the next one I think. Right now we have the Marvels coming out like now,
Who cares about that?
and then
I care about that. I love women.
I'm gonna let you know that there's actually a new trailer for
2024.
Sean Levy.
May 3rd,
Oh, that's not
brother.
what I thought it was.
That's not even close to coming out yet.
But look at Blade though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's not coming out till like 2026 or something like that. Hold on. Boop. Here you go. There you go. No. What are we looking up? Blade.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
What was I saying?
I don't know. No, Blade new. Yeah, 2025.
Just Google Mia Goth is gonna be in it. That's pretty rad, dude. Just look up Marvel timeline. So that's the girl that I've been saying has been in a lot of A24 films. She was in X and Pearl, and Infinity Pool. Yeah, this is who's married to Shia LaBeouf, by the way.
Oh, good for
Still is. I don't know, but
him. Good for him. Anyways,
just look up the Marvel timeline currently. Like
current Marvel timeline.
I don't care about that. I want to know what's coming up.
Oh, you want to know?
Like Phase 5, 6, 7,
Marvel
the slate.
movie slate.
Yeah.
Okay. Marvels, who cares? Deadpool
Yep,
3.
That's what I'm saying. It is the next one though.
Yeah,
After
Captain
Marvel.
America. Wait, what?
Yeah, bro. Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, is that going to be Anthony Mackie then?
Yep.
Oh, good for him. Thunderbolts. Don't know what that is.
That's it's kind of like Marvel's version of
Ooh.
it's like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. Like it's the bad people.
Oh. Oh, there you go. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. Oh my God, they've gone all the way to 2027 for this. That is in 4 years in scheduled products. I mean, that's just
From what I understand, there's
Speculation at
also
that
going to be a. I'm pretty sure they announced at the whatever showcase they have zombies, Marvel zombies,
from that What If episode.
and what if season 2 is coming as well? I don't know why they didn't have that up there.
Well, it was just movies
Mm.
on TV shows. Who cares about TV shows? Until one of the TV shows has actual repercussions to the actual movie timelines, yeah, okay, whatever. The Kang Dynasty, I get it. But until that actually happens in the movies, it has, you know what I mean? Because right now it's just like, oh, Kang's the next big bad, and we're sending him up in Loki. Okay, but once that actually bleeds into the movies, and I can see it happening, is when I'll care. I don't care right now.
I think that the idea of
It
what,
still feels self-contained.
but I think the idea of what if helped to open the eyes to Loki season 1 with multiversal things because it's
I
like,
guess that's true.
oh wait.
What if they did?
Also, rumors that what do you think about Henry Cavill as Captain Britain?
Captain Britain's the woman, though.
Does it have to be?
No.
There you go.
The Little Mermaid can be black, then Captain Britain can be a man.
You got to get off it. You gotta stop.
People might think I'm serious eventually.
That's true. That's true. All right, that's enough Marvel talk, I think.
Okay,
Speaking of Henry Cavill, though,
that is true. Of all the movies that I didn't think needed a reboot, Highlander
fill me in on that. As
would
if
be at the top of the. Would probably
Ex-
not even near the top of the list. I haven't thought about Highlander since
Ex-
19.
explain Highlander to somebody that doesn't know. Not that that's me.
So there's a guy.
Yeah.
There can only be one of him.
John Highlander.
Kind of.
Okay.
He goes around to other timelines and he kills another variant of himself to get more powerful. There can only be one.
What? This feels like Kang.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Henry Cavill is apparently going to be in the new Highlander reboot.
That's cool. Was it a good movie? Show, whatever it was it good?
Not, I don't care for it.
Oh.
It's like one of those like old 80s action movies that your dad talks about.
My dad's dead.
Your dad would have talked about if he was alive.
Yeah. Anyway. That's cool, I think.
I mean, I think that's for all the dads out there that are
Alive.
That we're really excited about Highlander, and then we're really disappointed by Highlander 2. Just know that your favorite Superman is helming the new Highlander.
I'm excited for that.
Could be all right. Could be okay. In other talks of other movies that I didn't think needed a reboot or sequel, Black Phone.
The one that just came out
One with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, that guy.
And that's it really.
Yeah, that doesn't need
It's
anything.
really just it was really just Ethan Hawke and that kid.
That was a movie that like I enjoyed it,
Yeah, that was
but
really good.
it didn't. It needs nothing.
It needs nothing.
I don't know how they would even make something.
I
It
don't
has
know.
to be like a prequel, right?
I don't know.
Didn't it end with him like dying?
Yes.
So
Wait.
I don't-
Yes.
dying or arrested.
No, I'm pretty sure dead.
So it's either a sequel of somebody like a mimic or, you know what I mean?
He calls the kid that he was gonna kill from the original movie, from the On the Grave in the future.
Just spooks him a bit.
And then he sits. Dude, that scene though, where he's like shirtless in the chair upstairs,
Yeah.
that scene's pretty great.
Darker phone.
Now he's gonna do that, but he's a ghost.
Dude, how do you beat a ghost, bro?
Can't beat a ghost.
Can't beat a ghost.
Can't even punch a ghost. Show me how you punch a ghost. Show me how you punch a ghost.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Anyways, Black Phone 2 confirmed for 2025. For anybody who thought that needed a little bit more, or were just not happy with the closure that they got, I don't know what it's going to be. Sequel, spinoff, prequel, don't know. Don't think it needed a sequel.
We're getting another Scream movie soon. And this one,
Screamier.
Scream Christmas. Happening around Christmas.
I will say I didn't think there was still a need for Scream Queens in today's day and age. But I think a good Scream Queen is always welcomed.
Sure.
I think a good final girl
Yeah, bro.
always has a place in America's heart.
Love me a good final girl.
A good, like a really good Scream Queen. For example,
Emma Roberts.
let me show you something here. Podcast. Okay. I was browsing the internet the other day.
Hands are in the Google. In the Google.
Yeah, your hands are in the Google. Congratulations.
Straight like that.
I wish for the amazing new
Not
iPhone
this.
15
This is an
Pro.
ad. This is not what I wanted to show you.
Never want to show you this.
I never want to show you ads. The last thing I ever want to show you is an ad. By the way, today's podcast is brought to you
It's your
by
last chance to
Manscaped.
trade in any iPhone for a new iPhone 15 Pro on
Shave
us,
that
only
bush.
on Verizon.
So we can just skip all the preamble or whatever. So the premise is that Lois hypnotized Peter to giving her cunnilingus
Nice.
whenever the evening news or celebrity news or something comes on. Peter walks upstairs to give her mom some tea or something because she's sick, and celebrity news comes on, so he starts eating her mom out.
Okay.
All right. So she figures out that celebrity news is happening. She runs upstairs to stop Peter from giving her mom head. Oops. Wait. Hate when I do that. Listen. Good Scream Queen. You didn't think Lois had that in her, did you?
Didn't think she had the chops.
Didn't think she had the chops, dude. I think everyone loves a good Scream Queen.
Sure, I'm in.
For example, second example,
Second example.
That scene from oh god, what is that movie called? Not Hereditary, the other one. No, it is Hereditary. Spoilers for those who haven't seen Hereditary. After her daughter's head gets fucking bonked. Have you seen Hereditary? After her daughter's head gets bonked off the telephone pole, and that the morning after, and she finds out, and she is like screaming, like scream crying. Tell me that doesn't send a shiver down your spine. Like that is such a powerful scene. She does it so well that you feel her pain. Why were we talking about Scream Queens? Oh, right.
Be a goth. Wait,
Is that why we're talking
Black
about
Phone
Scream
2.
Queens?
I don't know. Why were we?
I wanted to get into movies we'd recommend for
Oh,
Halloween.
because I said Scream is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas Scream.
And that's what Scream's always been about. Will you pour me some too, please?
I would love to pour you
Thanks.
some.
Thanks.
Dev?
Yo, what up, Crafty? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
I apologize that we're doing this on a Saturday. I had a Halloween party, and I have lots of vodka juice left.
Vodka juice is just water.
Dude, the vodka juice is like the same color as the green screen. Looks like I have a glass of water here. You see it? This is water. People are like, well, vodka's clear, so it's...
Anyway, so it is the 28th. We are 3 days away from the spookiest day of the month, All Saints Eve. Ian, I want to talk about what movies you'd recommend for Halloween. While we're on the topic of Scream Queens, and what are some of your favorite Halloween movies?
Wasn't prepared for this. Let me think a little bit. I mean, we always say, Insidious. I like a little. I think that Paranormal Activity could be good. I don't think any of them have been, besides maybe the first one. But I think the premise could be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, the idea of Paranormal Activity is a cool idea for a movie. Like, I heard something go bump in the night. I'm gonna set up some cameras and see what happens. You know what I mean?
So you're saying Paranormal Activity is a movie you recommend?
No,
Oh,
I'm saying it could be good. I went off on a
to like
tangent.
do your own?
I could make a better Paranormal Activity than any Paranormal Activity that's been out.
Just do it.
Okay. I need some cameras, some activity. Rocky Horror Picture Show?
It's not a horror movie.
Sorry.
That is a musical.
Sorry, not a horror movie. What about My Bloody Valentine?
Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Bloody Valentine are both equally valid options for your favorite Halloween.
What about
movies.
Repo the Genetic Opera?
But I need you to pick one.
Oh, me to pick one?
Like top three. Top three favorite Halloween. Just like maybe just like movies you'd recommend somebody watch for Halloween. If you, maybe like a
right.
movie to scare you.
Yeah.
Movie to gross you. Movie to comfort watch.
I don't know if I can do it exactly like that, but a couple movies that come to mind is the Rob Zombie Halloween. Was that what it was? Halloween that he did? Yeah, Michael Myers
Oh, in like the
Halloween.
early 2000s or whatever.
That one was good. The one that he did, oh, dude, I never can remember the name of this movie. Look up Rob Zombie movies real quick,
Okay.
and you're gonna know this movie if you've seen it. And if you haven't, it's no. Is it The Lords of Salem? I think it might be The Lords of Salem.
House of a Thousand Corpses. That was a good
No,
one.
it's The Devil's Rejects. Oh,
Oh yeah.
House of a Thousand Corpses is Rob Zombie, yeah, but
I forgot about that. Dude, fun story about the Devil's Rejects. I've told you the story, I think, before. But when I was young, my dad rented the Devil's Rejects. And I watched it with him. And then that's when like I had my I'm a kid and death is very scary for me phase. You know what I'm talking about? Like that phase that kids have where they're like, man, one day it's all gonna. I was also raised non-religious,
I have
so
that currently.
so
Also, the Grudge 2 scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
how's it going?
It was I don't know why, but
Ooh,
it
The Ritual.
literally
That is
gave
a
me
good one.
nightmares. Do you ever watch a movie called Cry Wolf or ever hear of it?
Hold on, I want to see if The Ritual is the movie that I'm thinking of. Ritual. This is the movie I was thinking.
No, I've
about.
never seen this one.
Is this the movie you're talking about, Crafty? This one right here.
I mean, it's got to be
This one right here.
a
From
Netflix
Netflix?
movie. Interesting.
I actually really wanted to watch that just because of that right there.
Oh, the new A24 movie where it has like that hand thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, talk to me.
That movie's
it's
coming
called.
to Netflix on Halloween, I believe, and I want to watch that one.
Movies I'd recommend. Wait. Hold on. So we're gonna set up a clip. That's what we're gonna do right now.
Oh, okay. We're setting up a clip.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say. You can think about it because, like, you know, we have the power of editing on our side.
Oh,
Ian, I
mean a TikTok clip. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm ready. I'm there.
You got it.
I think you're gonna show me a clip. Let's go.
Ian, why don't you give me your top 3 favorite movies for Halloween? Let's go. Your favorite gory movie, your favorite scary movie, and then just your top favorite horror movie of all time.
My favorite scary movie is
And you're just gonna go shotgun, like bam, bam.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
You don't have, but you can think about it like
Let me
right now.
Think about it for a little bit.
Yeah, you can think about it right now.
The way you're staring at me, I feel like I don't have a lot of time to think about
You
it.
have as much time as you want.
Look up. Oh man, what is this movie called? It's one of the most goriest movies of all time. What the fuck is this movie called?
13 Ghosts. Oh,
I will find it in just one moment. It's by Eli Roth, I'm pretty sure. Look up Eli Roth movies.
oh. Oh, well, not just Hostel.
The Green.
I saw that he made Hostel, which
It's The Green Inferno. That movie is so fucked.
was that the movie where
Cannibal people.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that the one where the guy like puts his arm through the door and it just gets like stabbed like 15 times? No, that's the Green Room. That's the Green Room. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. He did Knock Knock.
That part's
with
fucked
Keanu.
up, dude.
I didn't know he did Knock Knock with Keanu.
Dude, at one point they're like trying to hold a door closed. A bunch of like these biker guys in the Green Room. There's just like one scene, and the other guy like puts his arm through the door to like try to get through, and he just has a knife. And the one guy that's holding it through, the guy just stabbed, and they like show it. They just show it's like his arm skin just getting like stabbed. Oh, dude, it's gross. That was a different movie though, and also the only scene from that movie that I saw. House of the Clock on Its Walls. Isn't that like a fun family movie? Pretty sure it's a fun family movie.
No, it was rated PG, so.
Oh, yeah. Wow, the dude that made Hostel, Green Inferno, and I'm pretty sure I've seen Knock Knock, and it's about 2.
Yeah, that's Keanu.
Yeah. And he also made House of the Clock on Its Walls. That's crazy to me. Really fucked up movie is Audition. Audition? Wait, I know. Isn't that a Korean movie? Yeah, dude. I know exactly. Yeah, no, I've seen this. This movie is fucked up. Yeah, I've seen that movie. That movie is fucked. But that's like squeamish. It's like if you're a squeamish person, it's a fucked up movie.
Old
Boy's-
boy.
Old Boy's not horror though, I don't think. Well, not that I don't think, it's just not. But it is a really good movie. Old Boy is fucking incredible.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I wanted you to re-preface this.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna cut.
All right, so okay. All right, so let's go with favorite Halloween movies. Let's go goriest, scariest, and just all-time favorite horror movie. Go.
Goriest is definitely The Green Inferno, Eli Roth. Scariest, The Grudge 2 scared me really bad when I was a kid, so I'd have to go with that.
Classic.
And then my favorite Halloween scary movie, not really Halloween movie, is Sinister.
Nice. Fun fact about the guy that made Sinister.
Oh.
Same guy that made The Black Phone.
Yes. Also, both featuring Ethan Hawke.
Also, both have now a sequel that
Sinister 2 was not as good as Sinister 1, but
that's because the guy that made Sinister 1 did not make Sinister 2.
all right, that'll do it. What about you? What's your 3 favorite?
Oh.
Or 3 in that order?
Goriest, Event Horizon. Scariest, Annihilation. And favorite, just overall favorite Halloween movie. That's a tough one. I really like horror as a genre. There's a lot of horror movies that come to mind. What about the horror movies that like make you think in the end? You know what I mean? I guess The Thing. I don't know if it's my favorite of all time, but
I just now saw The Mist was mentioned. Fucking hate that movie.
I thought it was all right.
I hate that movie. The movie was good, but the end of that movie really pissed me off. Like, what the hell? There's the sounds. It's coming for us. It's coming for us.
The original The Thing, by the way.
We only have 2 bullets left, and he like
Yeah.
shoots his wife and kid,
Yeah.
and he's like,
And then the military shows up.
yeah, come on.
Fun fact, that's not the ending that's in the original The Mist.
Oh yeah.
And Stephen King, when they found out, or when he saw the ending to the movie The Mist, he's like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. No joke. Stephen King is jealous of the actual movie's ending of The Mist.
Well, that's good because he fucking hates The Shining.
Oh, you know what? The original It.
I never watched the original.
That might be
It.
my favorite horror movie of all time. It's so good. It's so scary.
The Shining for me is actually one of my favorite movies of all time, more so than Sinister. But it doesn't scare me.
the original
It doesn't scare me the way that Sinister does.
I mean, like 2018 It with Skarsgård.
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie. I still haven't seen it too.
Not the original. I think the original's bad. I just don't think he's very scary.
Yeah,
It's like dated.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's like my
it's-
mom telling me that she was scared of The Crows back in the day. I'm like, have you ever watched The Crows?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, do you know the idea of The Crows?
No, I
It's like pretty much like there's this town
Yeah.
that like gets like a flock of crows that just like swoop down and attack people and murder them. And it's like back in the day, like that was like really scary how it looked. But now I'm like, those are fake birds attacking these people. Like
Yeah.
it looks so bad.
Yeah.
And she'll say that too, but
My mom was the same thing, but with Children of the Corn. She hated Children of the Corn. She said that it scared the shit out of her. as a
dude,
kid.
that is a movie that I have tried to like watch so many times and just always end up like bored or falling asleep.
Yeah, I don't think it's that great.
What does it say? In The Shining, they had to reinforce the door that Jack was chopping through because he was a firefighter and bust through so fast.
There you go.
That's funny. That's also, what's her face? I don't know her name, but that actress that was in it, his wife,
Oh yeah.
she like got fucked up in the head from that movie and didn't act again after it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean she got fucked up in the head?
Like
Like she went mental?
they broke her doing that movie. Like
wow.
Stanley Kubrick like kept telling her like, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. And it was like scenes where like Jack Nicholson was like having to be like very like mentally abusive to her.
That is crazy.
And like it was got to the point where he's just like screaming at her, yelling at her about all this stuff, and it just eventually like I don't know. She just said like the way that it made her feel like she just
wow.
washed her
That's
hands and stuff
crazy.
with it.
That is crazy shit. Sorry that happened to you. Whoever you are. Virtue signaling.
She's listening.
Moving on from that, Ian, I see here you have a very interesting series coming to Amazon Prime.
I do. My favorite video game series of all time. You know what it is?
Honey Pop.
Honey Pop?
Honey Pop.
I don't even know that was a video game. It is Fallout. I love Fallout. I love Fallout more than anything.
Honey Pop.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Can you say Honey Pop was my favorite video game of all time?
Nope. Will not say that. You're not going to clip that. Can you say it? You just did. Can you fill
I
me
said
in?
what?
Can you fill me in on the joke?
I said what now?
You said that that's your favorite of all time.
What is my favorite of all time?
The one that you said.
What is it? Remind me.
Pop. Honey.
What'd chat say right there?
I said that's a great game.
What's a great game?
Honey.
I have you saying now Honey and Pop, and it's a great game, so you're screwed, buddy.
What is it?
It's over for you.
Damn.
It's a porn game.
Nice.
It's what's that game called? Bejeweled? It's called Bejeweled or Bedazzled.
Bejeweled, yeah.
Yeah, where you gotta like match you gotta like swipe them and then you match them.
I'm matching taints and assholes.
No, you're just matching symbols, and then the chick gets progressively more naked. Honey Pop.
Nice. Anyway, my favorite video game series of all time, Fallout, is getting a TV adaptation. A little nervous about it, but it's on Amazon Prime. We got some things from Amazon Prime that are. We had Rings of Power, had a big budget, wasn't that great, but we also have The Boys, and we have Invincible. But
And what's that new one they have? V Academy.
Generation V,
that's what it is.
Gen V, yeah, which is The Boys. But the thing that excites me the most about it is it's being helmed by Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother,
I mean,
and his wife. Not Christopher Nolan's wife, John Nolan and his wife,
I see.
who did
Oh,
Westworld.
that doesn't mean anything to me.
Well,
I've never seen Westworld, but I have heard good things.
season 1 of Westworld is some of the best TV I've ever watched. That season 1 of that show was phenomenal. It was a Nolan-esque, like, you know what I mean, mind blower. It was so good. Season 2,
Ian's mind blowers.
Ian's mind.
Yeah.
Season
Did
2,
that just start, by the way?
Rick and Morty, it did. I haven't watched it yet.
I forgot about that.
But season 2 was really good as well. And then 3, it fell off a lot. And then 4, like, I think they were bringing it back.
yeah.
It was doing really good. They said that they wanted to do 5 seasons, and they didn't give it the chance. Season 4, they ended it and said, we're done. HBO's done with Westworld. I would love to know what happened with it, but, you know,
That's crazy.
you got to get what you get.
You get
Anyway,
what you deserve.
Fallout series was announced, and it's going to release on April 12th of 2024. So it's coming.
I mean,
got
I'm
a
excited
teaser.
about that.
It looks very. The sets that they have for it look phenomenal. Like they showed like the Red Rocket like fuel station. It looks great. They showed the Super Duper Mart. It looked like a Super Duper Mart from the game. They showed when they announced it. They had it was like a like when you're hacking a terminal, it was a terminal. It looks really really good, and I think the creators are good. We don't really know who's really going to be in it though. Like they haven't announced like the series like main. You're the protagonist. You know what I mean? They haven't announced that yet. From what I understand.
That's a big deal.
But
Could
I'm
be
sure
a
we're
big
gonna
deal.
start getting some more like teasers and trailers and stuff like that here coming out soon. But
If you could play one character in there, what would it be in the Fallout series? And don't say the main guy. You can be one guy in the Fallout series universe. You can't be the main guy though. You don't have the chops.
yeah. I do. But we're doing this for the sake of conversation because I definitely have the chops to be the lone survivor.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I don't think that you do either.
I agree with that. I don't look rugged enough.
Yeah, you don't.
I already am.
Stop it.
You know what I do have to look.
Do you have
for,
one?
though?
Do you have one that you think? Well, I think of mine.
Yeah, the doctor that you meet, in New Vegas after you get your head shot, like the very first guy you meet and then never see again.
Is it who I could see myself being, or I think it'd be cool to be?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want you to run another one.
I think it'd be rad to be just like the guy that runs the house in New Vegas of just being Elvis. You're like, I'm the biggest Elvis impersonator, and you guys have what it takes to be kind of impersonators.
Oh, yeah,
but I
yeah.
tell you what,
No, wait,
the king.
I know who I want to be. I know who I want to be. When they go to that one vault that's all just Gary, it's all just Devin.
Dude,
I just want to be a vault of Devin.
I'm so fucking happy that we were talking about this. So another thing that I talked about last week when you weren't here was they announced, they showed the cards for the Magic the Gathering Fallout cards, right?
Yeah.
And like some of the cards are like special cards that like it literally looks like you're like looking at these people like through the Pip-Boy or like through VATS and stuff like that. And like some of these cards, like they did like a Doctor Who, they did a Stranger Things, they did this, they've done that, right? They did a Lord of the Rings, all this stuff. And to me, it's like that's all right. Like it's it's TV shows, stuff like that we're doing, but Fallout is the first like game that they're doing it from.
Yeah.
So I think that like they're able to bring game aspects from that game into this game, and it makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more
Sure.
coherent, right?
Yeah.
And they have like they have dog meat as a card,
Naturally.
and they have bats as a card, which is really cool because a big thing in like Magic the Gathering is like, oh, something's happening, I'm gonna play this instant card, and I can do this when something happens to me, right?
Right.
But this instant card for VATS is like it literally says time stop. Like nobody can do anything else, and that's just how VATS works. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
somebody's
fair.
shooting a bullet towards you, and you're like, oh nope, stop time. You're shot in the head, done.
Right.
And it's pretty much like you can, as long as whatever you have, whatever your character is, whatever your power is, you can instantly pick any other enemy on the battlefield that has that amount of power, they're dead.
Ooh.
So there's like a lot of cool things, but one of the cards was the Gary card.
Hey.
And it was pretty much like tap a certain amount of mana, and however mana that you have free to tap that you choose to tap now creates a 1/1, like a 1 attack, 1 defense character named Gary. That you can add to the battlefield as just like your pawns. And
Gary, dude. That's who I'd want to be.
And the
I'd
funny-
want to be Gary.
Another funny thing about Magic is on the cards themselves, like after it says like, you know, what the card is, what it does, and then there's always like a quote from whatever, like the monster or something like that, and so the quote is just Gary,
Gary?
and I don't know, that's just really funny.
We're setting up another
That's
clip.
super nerdy, but it's really funny also.
We're going to set up another clip. I'm going to say it, and you're going to say who you think you'd want to be, and I'm going to say Gary.
Okay, do it whenever you're.
So with the Amazon, hold on, let me think about how to do this. So with the Amazon series coming with the fall, okay, hold on. With the Fallout series coming to Amazon, what'd you say? April 12th.
April 12th, 2024.
Yeah. There's nobody's been announced yet, no big characters or anything. So that must mean that they have an opening for some characters. So who would you want to play in the Fallout TV series? Not who do you think you deserve to play? And don't say the main character. Just who would you want to play?
You know, I think there's a lot of good options, like
Yeah.
a lot of funny people you could be and badass people that you could be.
True.
But I think the best thing that you could be is just the guy that just in Vegas thinks that he's Elvis Presley.
Oh, the impersonator.
And not only am I Elvis Presley, I'm the best Elvis Presley impersonator there is. And I decide if you're up to snuff to be Elvis as well.
It's your choice.
What about you?
I'd be Gary.
Gary?
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 Gary.
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 That's it.
That scared the hell out of me when I played that game or that vault the first time.
Like in the TV show, they can open up that vault for like 10 seconds. He looks in and it's just like Gary, and he's like, nope.
Nope.
And just closes that door immediately.
Uh,
It's just all me in there. Gary.
50 like Devons.
Yeah, just 50 of me's. Well, instead of saying Devin, we say Gary because we got to stay true to the show.
Oh, fun fact also about the show is it's like following a vault from LA, and it's like not like just like, oh, this is Fallout 1. This is Fallout 3. This is Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, it's like in universe,
Yeah, just
but
a
a different
different-
story. That's kind of
Which
cool. I like that.
I think that works because every Fallout game is just,
Yeah, different vault opening. Yeah.
and that way they don't have to go off source material and worry about pissing people off. Like, yeah, there's the material, but
Right, Gary's out there somewhere.
he's there.
Cool.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
All right. What up, Crafty? I know it's been a while since I streamed, but I did post in Discord today. I think you read it though, but I have been mad sick. I have been really sick these past few weeks. Still a little bit sick, but not nearly as bad as I was. These past few days, I've been really focusing on getting better. Like this past week, and I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah. I just have like a bit of a cough right now, and I'm still a little bit tired from time to time, but feeling good. Gonna be streaming on Monday. I'm gonna finish up. I think tomorrow I'm gonna get all the clips together for the podcast tonight. I'm gonna finish up the script for my next YouTube video. And then on Monday we're gonna start recording footage for the things that I need for that YouTube video. So that'll be fun. And on Monday, I'm going to start doing competitive again. I'm gonna be one-tricking ball through competitive Overwatch, seeing how that goes for us. We'll see. Only got a few more things lined up for you here, and both, actually 3 things. One of them is just talking about it, but 2 of them tie into each other a little
That's what I was
bit
gonna
here.
say. Which one do you want to do first?
We'll do the 2 that tie into each other here.
Okay.
You start with yours.
Okay. So
I'll start with mine because I think there's less to say about that. So as everyone knows, the Harry Potter universe has been getting a lot of attention lately. A lot of TV shows have been announced, maybe a new movie here and there. A lot of talk about expanding the Harry Potter universe. However, the Fantastic Beast TV series that was planned
Oh, I did not know that was even a thing.
has been completely parked.
That's for the best. Those
I think by Amazon,
because they're gonna make Fallout really good.
hopefully. Maybe Apple.
It was probably HBO because HBO is developing
It
the.
could be HBO. I don't know.
I think HBO owns Warner Brothers at this point, and they have all the movies, and they're developing the new Harry Potter TV show.
That makes sense. Okay.
But
But for those of you that were really looking forward to that or pretty much anything Harry Potter related, bated breath right now. Bated breath.
I think that's probably for the best. I don't know what you think, but I think that's probably for the best.
I don't
And,
care about Harry Potter too much.
Did you watch any of the Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying it, because I think that you saw some of them, so I think that you can agree that, like, I think we've said it before, even that, like,
I mean, when the
that
Crimes of
movie
Grindelwald
sh-
came out.
that movie itself, the very first one, the very first one was good, but like I didn't need more. It was one of those movies that's like, oh, you're ending it in a way that there's more. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
but hold on, I just completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I think that it's good that it's part. I don't think that was something that we don't really need. I do want the new TV show to be really good. Like, I want them to do Harry Potter well.
Right.
But something that I also saw they're making is Daniel Radcliffe is executively producing a documentary series called David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. That meant
Come to die.
so I was like, what does this even mean? And David Holmes apparently is the guy that was Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double.
Yeah, yeah.
Ever since the movie started. He was it in Harry Potter 1. And he was it all the way up through the Deathly Hallows 1.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I didn't read into it that much.
I remember this happening.
Okay. Well, in the Deathly Hallows, he ended up getting injured, and it was like 10 years of making these movies. He gets injured to the point that he has now lost all function from below below the chest, and he's just in a wheelchair, and it affected, obviously it affected his life. It affected
can't
everything.
really be a stunt double in a wheelchair.
But anyway, there's like a lot of footage of him before and then after, and then like the family talking about it, and then just I guess Daniel Radcliffe just really built like a strong like working relationship. That goes farther than just like, oh, you're my stunt double, you know what I mean? And just it sounds like a pretty interesting documentary. And I think it's cool that Harold himself is taking the time to do this. Like, it seems like it was important.
Old
to him.
Mr. Potter. I mean, you must feel like some degree of like responsibility, right? Like it's your stunt double.
That's what I mean. Like you look at actors that like, at the time when it first started, he was a young kid, like 12 or younger, even probably.
I'm not saying you should feel responsibility because you shouldn't.
No.
But you would.
Yeah, and I think that it's like he doesn't need to, and he knows that he shouldn't need to. But at the same time, then you look at like Tom Cruise or like the Jackie Chans of the world, where they're like, I am going to do my own stunts.
You think that's why they do it?
Because they want to be able to say that.
No, so that way, like, if something goes wrong, they don't have to make a documentary about the stunt double.
They're like, my stunt double got injured. Bet you.
I gotta do this fucking documentary to show I actually care or something.
Dude, we're gonna say this, and then we're gonna like find out that like it's gonna be like announced the next Daniel Radcliffe movie. It's like he did his own stunts in it.
Oh, I'm sure he does now.
Dude, it's almost like, did he do them then for the rest of the Deathly Hallows 1 and 2? Like, did he really, this guy that he's making this documentary about, did he really watch that happen to him? Then they're like, well, we still gotta get we gotta get this filmed. Somebody's gotta do it. And Daniel Radcliffe was like, that's crazy.
Damn.
I don't know who's gonna do that.
When are you guys gonna start the hiring process, you think?
He's like, production,
I'll be in my trailer while you guys figure that one out. That's crazy about that. Anyways. No, good for him, dude. I'm glad that the guy, got brutally injured.
You're glad?
Yeah, I guess it's really hard to take away what I just said right there. I apologize. Hey, good for you, David Holmes.
You're glad that the guy that it happened to is getting this story told about him.
Whatever, man. I hope it brings back your legs. I hope this movie brings back functionality in your fucking body.
You happy with that?
Hope that does it for you. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay.
I mean, what more can you do in Daniel Radcliffe's place? You know what I mean? Make a whole movie about it.
I don't think
guy.
he had to do anything. I think that the production company, I think that Warner Brothers should have paid that guy millions of dollars for it, but
His
and
handler.
maybe they did. Or maybe they were like, well, it was in your contract, buddy, that you might get injured. So
Yeah, so you can't really sue us. Sorry about that. Like all proceeds to this movie are like going to go to this guy's family. Then I'd be like, cool.
and that's something else that I actually read was that after it happened, that a lot of people rallied behind the family and like did a lot of stuff for them
Oh,
and
okay.
helped out. So
All
I'm
right,
sure
well,
that they
that's
got
good.
some stuff. But
That's good. The other thing that I have for you this week is actually just like a little kind of a one-off. This is kind of just like the ending conversational topic I'd like to have for the podcast today. World War Z, a movie that neither of us mentioned for our favorite horror movies, but I think it was a movie worth mentioning for, when we're talking about horror movies. I think World War Z is an incredibly good zombie movie.
I really liked it,
Probably one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen.
especially
Um,
yes.
I think it was incredible. Definitely the scariest zombies from a movie. When they're all like climbing over getting like
Yep,
the walls of Jerusalem or whatever, dude. That shit is spooky.
What about
Oh yeah. Oh, Train to Busan. Train to Busan's not bad, but that scene that Ian's talking about, dude, in World War Z. Scene that comes through the mic. That scene gets me.
every time I do that, Caitlin's always like, "Fuck you."
Hmm.
I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You and your perfectly straight teeth just." She has a little overbite, so she can't.
I mean, I do too, but I can do that too. They look with so much ever. Well, I have news for you. David Fincher,
Love David Fincher.
the guy that created the first World War Z, said that a sequel was in the works.
Didn't David Fincher also do Fight Club
Yes.
and Seven?
Yes.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like you're saying yes, just thinking, and then I'm right.
No, and he also did The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I think, right?
Finish what this topic is about, because
No, that's David.
I have
that's,
some words to say. David
that's
Lynch.
David Lynch. Oh, wait. Okay. No. See,
Finish
now-
this thought process.
no, because now I'm
Finish the thought
confused.
process first.
Who World War Z director? That's not the right guy. Okay. No, but I'm sure that David Fincher was the guy that was talking about making a. Yeah, it was David Fincher. I was right.
Look up other David Fincher movies.
Yeah. Okay. So David Fincher said that he was going to make a World War Z sequel. That's not the end of that
Movies.
thought process.
Up there it says movies.
Uh huh.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah, he made Seven. Gone Girl. That was.
Seven,
oh,
Gone
and,
Girl,
and the Girl with the Dragon
Okay.
Tattoo. I knew it, dude.
Perfect.
I freaking knew it.
All right, finish your thought
Wait.
process on what we're talking about
World
here.
War Z 2. Hold on. Fight Club should be on here too, right?
It was at the top.
Oh, was it at the top?
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
first one.
Literally the first one. Okay, yeah. Wow, dude. Zodiac 2. Wow. Dude, this guy's made a lot of good
He made The
movies.
Social Network and Panic Room,
This guy's made so many good movies.
and they're all starring Brad Pitt.
They are starring all Brad Pitt.
He literally did a documentary, Brad Pitt More Than a Pretty Face.
Anyways, movies that we wish had gotten sequels.
So,
Movies that do not deserve, but we wish had gotten sequels.
well, a movie that does deserve is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That was like a trilogy book series, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
And that movie was phenomenal.
And the book was phenomenal too.
And honestly, that opened me up to how damn good Daniel Craig is as a detective. I love him in Knives Out and Glass Onion. And I am so happy that there's going to be at least another one.
True. That is true. I'm happy about that as well.
I think The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I didn't think of it till we just started bringing up David Fincher, but that is like probably top of my list. Also, Chronicle should have gotten a sequel. That was a good movie.
Wow, that is an incredible 2011, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. That is wow. That's a deep cut. I wasn't expecting something so old from you.
You know me. Old. Jumper?
You can't just pick your favorite movies and say, "Oh, wish this one goes."
Well, Jumper ended as if there was.
Oh, I
gonna be
wish they
another-
made a Lord of the Rings 4.
I don't wish that.
I don't wish that either. It ended perfectly. It was the perfectly told story.
Exactly.
3 movies was exactly enough. You're right.
What about what else you got? You have anything you were thinking?
No, I kind of put this in the docs without any like I didn't pre-think about it. I was just like, this should be fun. This should be a fun conversational topic.
I do agree. I'm just trying to think of.
When we both come up with a good example of a movie that should have got a sequel, I'll set up the clip. Ooh, The Book of Eli? Nah, that
What?
didn't really need a sequel.
Well, wasn't Constantine kind of like all about that as well?
That's a good answer, though. Dude, Constantine was so good. I don't think Event Horizon. I don't think I'd want an Event Horizon sequel. I think it ended perfectly, in like such a way that like, you know what I mean. Plus, I already picked that for my gory movie, so I can't say Event Horizon again. As much as I love that movie, can't say Event Horizon twice. Want the lost footage? Yeah, that would be something. Huh?
There was rumors of a Ready Player 2 for a while as well, which I don't think that really needed it.
I don't know if I'd be excited about that. I was barely excited for Ready Player One.
Are you kidding me?
I liked the book a lot.
I know you did.
I know that the movie was coming out, and I was excited for the movie, but I know how movies based on books goes sometimes to people who read the books.
Did you not like the movie?
I thought it was good. It
Dude,
was okay.
Ready Player One is like one of my
It's a good movie.
is one of my biggest feel good movies of all time. I will be so like just sitting here like I should watch something before I go to bed, and it's always Ready Player One. I've seen that movie like 20 times. Steven Spielberg helmed Ready Player One? Bro, come on.
I would want a sequel to Treasure Planet.
The animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would want a second Treasure Planet.
I feel like kind of set that up that it could be a sequel too.
Yeah. That's a good choice, huh? Yeah. I thought about it for a while, dude. I thought about movies, like my feel-good movies as a kid, movies that like I was excited to watch as a child, movies that never got a sequel, and I came up with Treasure Planet.
That's a good one. Trying to think of one for myself.
You're good.
All these have not been.
I'm trying to think of other feel-good movies from my childhood. Dude, unironically though, movie that did get a sequel that didn't need it, that was really good, I really like The Lion King 2. I'll say it. I think The Lion King 2 also has the best Disney song I've ever heard. He lives in you.
What about the Lion
He
King one and a
lives
half?
in me. He watches over. Lion King 1.5 is pretty good too, yeah. That meerkat song they do in Lion King 1.5. Scurry, flinch, sniff. Scurry, flinch, sniff. I've watched The Lion King 1.5 more times than you know.
The only thing that I remember about the Lion King 1.5, 159005. The only thing that I remember about the Lion King 1.5 is I had like the special. I'm trying to do this real quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of non-horror movies that
I had a special like DVD of the Lion King 1.5, and it was pretty much like if you could like play a game while watching it to find out.
Dude, and you find the Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
I know what you mean.
By the way, funny we're talking about this. I just looked on IMDb and it says Michael Fassbender is the killer in David Fincher's newest movie.
That's the thing. That's the movie I was talking about, dude.
It's just funny because we talk about Michael Fassbender and David Fincher.
That is pretty
in the
cool,
last-
actually. I can't believe we've come full circle. I really, yeah, dude. I watched the trailer for that. It looked pretty good. That's the movie I was talking about with Michael Fassbender in it. Dude, you would have Sons of Anarchy like number 4.
This is just stuff I've rated high.
Oh, I see. I thought this was like in order of.
None of these really deserve a sequel, I don't think.
Well, it's not about what deserves a sequel. It's like, what do you want?
That's what I mean, though. Like, this is all stuff that I think is just like.
It's good where it is. Like,
Yeah.
Let sleeping dogs lie. I feel that. Watership Down. Wow. Also, a lot of the feel-good movies that I watched when I was a kid got sequels. Like Spy Kids.
Dude, they just
was like-
made a new Spy Kids.
There's like 4 more of those, and they've rebooted it. Yeah, I knew they rebooted it too. There's like a brand new Spy Kids that just came out like 3 months ago. It's crazy.
All right, I have an answer that is kind of not really a cop out, but kind of has. All right, whenever you're ready, you can start up.
So, David Fincher recently came out and said that he wanted to create World War Z 2 with, being Halloween up soon, about 3 days from now. I thought, what are some other movies that we would like to see get sequels that really didn't need a sequel? A movie that was wrapped up okay, and we want a sequel because it's what we want.
Yeah.
Like us, the speaker, the person talking, we want it. Not because it needs it, but just because we want it. What would you pick?
So when I saw this in the docs, I initially said Chronicle. I thought that was a really good movie, and the way that it ended.
The superhero movie from like 2011.
Yeah. I mean, it's old as hell, but like the way it ended, there seemed like there was some lore there.
Okay.
But then when I was thinking about it some more, now this movie, it kind of got a sequel. It was kind of a soft reboot. It was kind of its own thing.
Okay.
I'm talking about Cloverfield. So Cloverfield, I thought was a really good found footage
That's a good choice.
Godzilla-esque movie, right?
That's a good choice.
And then they released the Cloverfield Paradox, which was just like another separate story that kind of happened during that time. However, J.J. Abrams made Cloverfield, and he had massive plans for it, where it was going to be this whole universe. And I was
Yeah,
reading.
was that Cloverfield Lane? Not
That's the one I was
Cloverfield-
talking about, not Paradox, but
Oh, you were no. They also made another one.
they did make Cloverfield Paradox. But I was
Yeah.
talking about 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah. Okay.
But they were supposed to be like Cloverfield 2 and 3, and it was just like the side things that they made for it were never what was like talked about or considered like by in J.J. Abrams' idea of it. And I just think that it could have been something like it could have been like the biggest. But what about you?
I originally was thinking about Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
I think Treasure Planet definitely could use a Treasure Planet 2. Love that movie as a kid. But now, District 9.
See, I didn't watch District 9.
I think I think we need a
I've
District
started
10.
it and seen a little bit.
I think we need a District 10.
District 10.
District 9 was such a good movie.
Was
well
that J.J.
set up.
Abrams or Steven Spielberg? It was one of them.
I think
Pretty
that was
sure.
Steven Spielberg.
It looks like chat said Brightburn, and I have something to tell you, Crafty. Is Brightburn 2 is on its way. It's been
it is getting
talked about and confirmed by new, and this is what we talked about actually a couple weeks ago on the podcast. Is that it was talked about by new DC Extended Universe showrunner James Gunn. Talked about Brightburn 2 and said that it's coming. So I remember when we talked about Brightburn 1 like 5 years ago on the podcast, and we said that it seemed like such a wild and such a good idea to have that. And I never actually watched it, but I thought that we saw the initial trailer and it seemed good. Did you watch it?
I did watch the original Brightburn.
Yeah, Brightburn 1. Yeah.
I watched the original Brightburn. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. Like, obviously, I want to watch a movie about an evil Superman. That seems rad as hell. An evil Superman, but I don't think they did nearly. I don't know, man. I thought they were very tame with it, but there is a Brightburn 2 on the way.
Well, like I said about when we talked about it before,
You're seeing this, right?
was that the fact that James Gunn commented on it makes me feel like they're gonna tie Brightburn into the DC Extended Universe. Like, it makes me feel like he's gonna be like one of the bad guys in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle like DC and Marvel multiverse though at the same time. So don't give me like good Spider-Man and then bad Spider-Man. Jesus Christ! Don't give me good Superman and then bad Superman from like a separate timeline. Just when you're starting out the new DCU,
Yeah,
I can't
that's
handle
true.
that.
There are other powered kids. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like spin-off stuff. Like DC's still in its like in its infancy. Like, Marvel got it all figured out in like 2012. And then DC was like finally around like 2019 was like, oh, here's the Justice League. And it just wasn't ready. Like, yeah, people talk about Zack Snyder's director's cut of the Justice League. Whatever, dude. Don't care. It wasn't ready. DC needs to take its time, become its own thing. And then I'll worry about comparing it to the Marvel universe. Right now, I still see it as like its own growing child. And I will judge it as such. I'm not going to compare it to the Marvel universe because it's nowhere near that right now.
It just sucks because, like, with the whole soft reboot or whatever that they're going to do with it, it's like, well, we still have Aquaman 2 slated to come out. Like, we still have all these things coming out. It's like, just stop. Because if you're going to do a fresh start and not tie them in again, what are we doing? Why are we even releasing them?
There's so many good DC heroes, too. Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter.
And they spent enough money making, they've spent money making these, like, tens of millions of dollars, sure. But it's like, just let it go, cut your losses, and make something actually good.
Yeah.
Like, instead of, like, telling me that James Gunn's going to helm this and he's going to figure this out and he's going to do all this.
Oh, yeah, Suicide Squad.
And it's going to happen in, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suicide Squad was a step in the right direction, by the way. With Idris Elba.
The new Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
it was good. But and then they had, who was John Cena? Peacekeeper or something like that?
Did you watch Peacekeeper?
No.
It was okay.
I liked him in the Suicide Squad movie, but
yeah, no, I watched Peacekeeper. It was pretty good, actually. But the thing about Peacekeeper is it was good in the way that they were just mimicking Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, it was very clear that they were just mimicking what Marvel does. And, like, it worked for Peacekeeper because it's John Cena. And John Cena plays John Cena every time John Cena is on TV. Just like Dwayne The Rock Johnson plays Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And, like, how Kevin Hart plays Kevin Hart.
Jason Statham.
And Jason Statham. Yeah, exactly. All these people play themselves when they go on TV. So it works for John Cena. But once you get an actual, like, character actor in there, like Henry Cavill or, you know, Ben Affleck or whatever. I don't know.
Or, I don't know, the people that you had that you ruined it with.
Yeah. DC has a long way to go.
Finish this up.
Well, just me and you. Just me and you on Crafty. Maybe lock them doors and turn them. I'm just kidding. No, they do have some great characters. There's a lot of good comics in DC Universe too. It's just a shame they don't know what they're doing. I think that if DC just like fully embraces being the dark Marvel, that'd be cool. Just like everything that DC does is like R-rated and it's just like dark Marvel. That'd be cool.
So I think that would be cool as well. However, I think the biggest issue with that is it feels like all of these like DC superheroes, and I think that it has been for a while, are so much so like, oh, I'm not gonna finish you off. I'm above killing.
Yeah,
that's what you do, and I'm better than you. And I think that like, I get the premise. I get the, you know, kids are into this stuff, and I get we're gonna, you know, take the high road. But at the same time, translating that to TV, and especially when Marvel's doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think that's like why I've been really leading into a lot of anime this season, is because there's a lot of anime this season that has like actual consequences. Like there's a lot of anime this season that people are dying. And like they like I don't know. A lot of these Marvel shows, especially with, and I was saying a lot with Loki, and yeah, right now we're on a big cliffhanger that there actually might be some consequences. But if the next episode starts up next week and there have been no consequences, that's the things that have been happening, I'm going to be very, very upset because I need actual things to happen from the events that are happening, not just, oh no, this thing's gonna explode. Oh, it exploded, but we contained it at the last second.
Yeah.
Oh, we contained the explosion at the last second, so nothing's actually that bad, guys.
The blast doors are strong enough to hold in the entire multiverse exploding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need something. I need something to happen. Basically, I want the reason that I think Infinity War did so well was because it had consequence.
Oh my
And
god. Hold on.
Black Widow died. Vision died. So many people died. And yeah, a lot of them were brought back, but some of them also weren't.
No, it's not even just the fact that they died. It's the fact that, they died when it happened. Like, multiple people died when it happened. It was literally like, oh, all of your favorites are gone, and you tried to do this, but for the first time in, 10 years? Not 10 years, but 08 was Iron Man. It happened in, 13 or so.
Yeah.
Or
Wait.
no, it happened, 18. Yeah, it was, 10 years.
Infinity War? Infinity War happened in, 2019, I think.
Yeah, okay, 18, 19. Okay, so, 10, 11 years. It happened after a decade of building up to this. These people are gone. You don't know what's going to happen. You'll find out in Endgame, and goodbye for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
True.
that is why it works so well, because even though a lot of them came back, and even though the good guys won in the end, it left viewers with just that sinking feeling of their favorite character being gone and just leaving it up in the air. And not only that, Marvel has a slate of, we're going to release movies around Christmas, we're going to release movies around the summer, we're going to release another one in the fall. They do that all the time. They didn't do that year.
That's true.
Infinity War happened, nothing.
Captain Marvel.
And then Captain Marvel very briefly in Christmas.
Yeah.
But it didn't take place during that.
Yeah.
You wanted to see something, and the only thing that you got was an end credit scene that said a pager.
It's true. Actually.
And then it was just, okay, here we go. Now we're back.
I think it's safe to say that we'll never experience. Well, I shouldn't say we'll never, but what we experienced with Infinity War and Endgame was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And I think that
10 years of build up.
And that might be right, because we already know 3 whole phases of the MCU just to keep investors. And we didn't know that before. Before it was always super secretive.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, this is what we're doing this year."
And people talk a lot of trash on what's going on in the MCU, and they're saying it's boring and it's too funny now, and it's too this and it's too that. But kind of, in my opinion, is just if you really go back and rewatch the MCU movies, they're almost all one-offs until they're not. They're almost all origin stories, or oh, there's a bad guy and I'm gonna beat him. And that's how it goes. Yeah. And then eventually
they join the mix.
They join together, and then eventually there's a little something sprinkled in there that you're a little scared about, and it just keeps building up. And I think that they can do it again. And they have so many fan reveals that they're gonna pull off. They're gonna pull off Deadpool with Hugh Jackman back. They're gonna bring all the X-Men. They're there's so many things.
There's definitely some hits. They still got some punches up their sleeves. They got some tricks they still got left.
Dude, we talk about Endgame, we're never gonna get that back, bro. We just had Spider-Man No Way Home, and it was insane.
I think that but here's the thing, though. I think that we can say that we'll never get Infinity War back, and that experience that we had is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that's okay, because now that opens up the doors for other things to finally exist.
I'm not.
That's all. Anybody, nothing else could exist in the environment that Infinity War and Endgame lived in. No other movie touched the hype that was Endgame that year. Tell me a singular other movie that happened in 2020 that wasn't Endgame.
And
you know what I mean?
And I'm not disagreeing, and I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. I'm just saying that I think that people are discounting it and not giving them the credit that they deserve to still be able to pull something off, because you got to understand it's going to be a restructure, and it's going to be, people didn't think when Iron Man came out in 08 that it was going to be what it became 10, 12 years later.
Yeah.
So I think
you're saying we got to give it 5 or 6 years after Infinity War to.
There's no way they're gonna do that, and then the next movie is gonna top that.
That's true.
However, the next movie did have fucking Tobey Maguire come back as Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield.
That is factual.
So they got the punches, and they're not holding them.
we're due. We're due for some. I mean, because like, look at the slate of like Marvel movies that came out before Infinity War. You know what I mean? Like Civil War.
I hated
know.
Civil War.
But like, it was basically Avengers 2.5.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
And then there was like Spider-Man. There's like all these big movies, Black Panther.
Snooze.
All these
Snooze.
big,
Snooze.
big movies. And then Infinity War. Now we get, now we're getting, like, think back like to like Thor 2, The Dark World.
Can't.
That movie sucked. Thor 2, The Dark World sucked.
And that's what I'm saying. You can say the Eternals sucked.
And the Eternals kind of sucked. We're going to get some sucky things.
But
Some things are going to suck. But eventually we will get
then they're going to sprinkle in
a Thor Ragnarok again. There's going to be another Thor Ragnarok that comes around.
Fun fact, they Thor 5
Yeah.
is apparently in development, and supposedly Marvel is searching for a new director other than Taika Waititi.
But Taika Waititi does such a good
Yeah,
job.
he saved Thor.
He's made Thor what it was.
But
Ooh, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that.
I agree.
Close.
But anyway, I think that there's all I'm saying is until we get it,
Once a Marvel fanboy, always a Marvel
we're not going to
fanboy.
think that it's going to ever be what it is. But I think that we should give them the time to cook. Let them cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
But I think that that's going to do it for this week on the Re-Up Podcast. I thank you guys for tuning in a day later for the live stream. Going to be the same Sunday tomorrow for the podcast to drop. I'm happy that Chat has been here. I'm happy that Crafty's been here mainly. I'm happy more so that Devin's here. Missed Dev last week. Still, again, thank you, Gak. I'm glad that you could fill in for the interim. Is much appreciated on all of us. As always, follow us on all social media at ReUpPod. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. Don't stop. Join our Discord. Our link is, I believe it's in our Twitch. If not, we'll add it to our Twitch. You can join it. And please like us on Twitch as well. Follow us on Twitch, so that we can reach affiliate. We're working on 50 followers for affiliate. We're getting close. But for Devin Knoll, I'm Ian Reed.
Ian Reed. I'm Devin Knoll.
And with that, we'll catch you for next week's episode of
The Re-Up.
We Just Don't.